going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great night so far. All right, it is Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, right? Today's Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Please let it be Wednesday. I easily forget what day of the week it is, so we're just going to call it Hump Day. Anyways, okay. All right. I've got some good clips for you tonight. First and foremost, I believe it's Judge Perkins' birthday. I thought it was yesterday because the first clip I have where he makes the comment to the defendant, "You're not going to ruin my birthday." So I thought it was yesterday. Hanging around his chat a little bit today, everyone was saying happy birthday to him. So I'm guessing, so then maybe it was today. Anyways, happy birthday, Judge Perkins, whether or not it was yesterday or today. But we're going to start off with a clip from Judge Perkins. We're going to finish with a clip from Judge Perkins. And then we got a bunch of stuff in between. Hope you guys like it. All right. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kickback flips. Let's go.
This is the City of Detroit versus Kenneth Owens, case number B132-56624, B132-56924, B132-57024, B135, strike that, B132-57124, B132-57224, B132-57324. Appearance for the record, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Dia Chiku Mason, City of Detroit, 43471.
And good morning, and may please report Sarah Robinson, P63181, for Mr. Owens, who's present on Zoom.
All right, good morning, Mr. Owens. State your name for the record, please.
Kenneth Owens, Your Honor.
And then we have Mr. Brooks. We would be remiss if we didn't allow him to put his name on the record. Mr. Brooks, state your name for the
Jeffrey Brooks.
All right.
And Your Honor, I also have
I got he's part of the show too. I got him. Mr. Officer Charleston, come on up. And good morning to you. State your name for the record, please.
Investigator Val Charleston with Detroit Animal Patrol.
Very good. Good morning to you. All right. Today is the date time set for a trial. It's my understanding.
Does the volume seem really loud to anybody else? I'm going to turn it down a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. I can always turn it back up. It just seems a lot louder than normal today.
That we have a resolution.
That is correct, Your Honor, we do.
Yes, Your Honor, there's a resolution. My client, there's an offer that my client would plead to one matter. That would be B1.
You are a brave soul if you're going into that chat. That chat's been nothing but drama over the last, week and a half, 2 weeks? Yeah, I don't even say good morning in that chat anymore. There's so much cat fighting. All right, I probably shouldn't talk anymore about it. Okay, let's keep going. Good to see you, No.
32-56624. That would be a no contest plea pursuant to a 1 month delayed sentence. And the balance of the cases would be dismissed.
$240 is going to be the fine. And obviously, everybody is satisfied with that resolution, correct?
That is correct in our part, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to take the deal, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense are 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
At some point during the pendency of this case, Ms. Robinson went over your other advisor rights at some point. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understood those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
Not at all, Your Honor.
You know, by taking the deal, you're going to give those rights up.
Yes, I do understand that, Your Honor.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No, sir.
Let me draw your attention back to February the 6th, 2024 at around 5:06 a.m. in the city of Detroit on Monte Vista Street over there. Did you own some dogs around that date and time?
It's a no contest.
Oh, yeah. Now you stipulate on behalf of your client in the face of the ticket?
Yes, Your
It's an
Honor.
accurate factual basis, just for the no contest plea purposes. There's no objection to no contest plea, is that correct?
No objection, Your
And
Honor.
what is the reasoning behind the no contest plea?
The parties have civil liability, Judge, for the shorthand version.
All right, so based on that stipulation, I'm gonna accept the allegations on the ticket as to be entered into the record as what as a factual basis for what was actually going on that day. The no contest plea, I'll grant the no contest.
Yep. This case is interesting to say the least. When the two parties start talking, that's when it gets better. But we're just walking through the normal court stuff right now. But just wait till they start talking. It does get more interesting.
Contest plea is going to be treated as a guilty plea for sentencing. I've already told you I'll agree to the sentence of a 1 month delay, a $240 fine with stipulation of probable cause will dismiss the other matters.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
May we go off the record for a moment, Your Honor?
All right, we'll go off the record.
Just a sidebar. May we approach, Your Honor?
Well, do you mind me asking your client what's going on over here?
That's what I wanted to kind of sidebar.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I didn't fast forward this. I like how the judge is muted, but the people on Zoom aren't muted. How's everyone doing? I don't think this sidebar lasts too long, so I'm just going to keep talking. That guy. What's going on? Phil, good to see you. Sue Gary, Michelle, Jedi, Chris Coop, Spade, how are you doing? I saw someone mention HCC. Is HCC here? Oh, no, just said, are you there, Hector? Okay. What's up, Mike? Oh, who else can we say hi to? Beverly Proudfoot, good to see you. Isn't that special? Sherry B. Let's see. Winter Witch. Reseller Road Trip Adventures. Oh, don't worry. You're a little late. You didn't really miss anything yet. This case doesn't get interesting for a couple more minutes. Erica, Judge Perkins chat, like his actual chat in his courtroom, he still has it turned on. I would just go in at your own discretion right now. What's up, Jody? Serena. Am I deaf to my own name? Am I deaf to my own name? I don't know what you mean, but maybe? That's kind of the only name I hear is mine. It's actually kind of a funny story. I might have time to say it. Back when I worked at the restaurant, people would be yelling at me. They'd be, Colin, and I wouldn't hear them. And then they would yell Colin real loud, and I would hear it every single time. So apparently I react to Colin before I react to Colin. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Vic? No, it's not impacting his channel. It's still the same chord. I mean, I got this clip from it, but it's yeah, you just got to watch who's in there. There's a lot of people mad at each other right now. People blaming each other or blaming the other for something that isn't really anyone's fault. But I'm not going to get into it. All right, this is taking too long. Let's fast forward a little bit.
All right, so
All right, here we go.
no, we're done with the record, and you guys don't have to say anything to me, Mr. Owens or Mr. Brooks. I would like to know, sometimes when I get here and I can get some of the story. Sometimes I can't get much of the story, but I know that this has been an ongoing issue between you and Mr. Brooks. And what I would like to, you guys know what I would like to see. I'd like to see y'all hanging out friends and being cool with each other at some point. I don't understand why two grown men can't do that, but does anybody mind telling me what's going on?
I will.
Go ahead, Mr. Owens.
So right now with this situation we're dealing with, you want to know with this situation, right, Your Honor?
No, I want to know, well, first of all, what I want to do is I don't want you to say anything. I want you to choose your words wisely.
Of course.
We don't have to be name calling. We can talk about this civilly. So I do want to say that in the beginning for all of us. All right. All right. So, but go ahead. What you have some dogs over there. All right.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, Mr. Brooks has a problem with your dogs about getting out. What's going on with the dogs?
Well, around the time of the incident, it was winter time. It was cold out. It was a lot of snow. So I bring my dogs in the house. They like their family. So they come in early in the morning. I let them out to use the bathroom. It's snow all over the ground. So I let them out use the bathroom or whatever. And they go out there and use the bathroom. Now, I had a big...
How many dogs is it?
I have two of them. And it's a barrier of bricks I had right there along the fence line where it got like a little dip where like it don't meet to the ground enough. So I had put like a barrier of bricks right there to stop my dogs from intruding into his yard.
Okay, so you admit your dogs get into his yard, right?
From what I saw in the picture, it appeared to be my dog.
Come on. There we go.
No,
you see what I'm saying? We're not talking legalese here. We're not talking, listen, did your dog get in the yard or not?
When I opened the door, Your Honor, the dog was back in my yard. So I can't say nothing but what they're saying to be, what they showed me to be is true. I'm not denouncing what they're saying. I'm just saying what I seen for my own surprise.
Go ahead.
When I opened the door and I called my dogs, they came in instantly, both of them. They came right in. I didn't see nobody scurrying under the fence or none of that because when you open my door, you literally see the fence line that divides our houses. So I didn't see my dog scurrying under the fence to come in.
But you're not objecting that the dog got into Mr. Brooks' yard, right?
No, I'm not objecting to the possibility.
Okay, so the dog got in the yard. Okay, you called your dog back. Okay, go ahead. Okay,
so I noticed when the snow melted that my barrier was gone. My barrier, some of the bricks was moved. So you come around on March 16th, Mr. Brooks made a false felony police report saying I pulled a weapon on him and all this. My house, I just came home from work. My house got surrounded by cops. He made the call.
Stop. It goes from the dog getting into your yard to this dog restraint all the way to a felony report.
Just follow me, Your Honor. I'm taking you.
No, I'm stopping you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. Mr. Brooks, go ahead. You start.
I don't know if you can see this, but pretty much his dogs coming under my fence, and I've been having problems with him, with his dogs coming into my yard, and when I go to tell him about it, he acts as though his dogs are not coming into my yard, and they come into my yard, they defecate. I done spent over $1,200 removing dog feces out my yard, trying to keep my yard up. They tore up my fence and everything. And it's just, me and my family, we tired of it. And when
All
we
right,
try to
stop.
talk to them,
Stop. Now, what I got right now from the both of you, Mr. Owens, can you understand why he has a problem with your dogs getting over there? Because I know you, I believe, and I know that you know that them dogs got over in that yard, right?
You say Mr. Owens, Mr. Owens.
No, you're Mr. Owens too. He's got to go to work. Let me get you off to work.
Okay.
Let's go back on the record with give me 1 second, gentlemen. Let me go back on the record with William Owens. Mr. Owens.
Sorry about this. I forgot that this guy was in the middle of this hearing. It only lasts about a minute. But I'm gonna fast forward through it.
To the improper.
All right, let me get to my Cash App card. Y'all, I can do it through Cash App card.
You can pay it. I don't know.
Get online, but wait until tomorrow because the clerk
came into this court.
Okay. I forgot something. One of these guys, the parties in this, I think I don't remember which one, but he starts flashing his ID. I just remembered this. I did not blur that out. I don't know what I'm going to do because he does it randomly. I'm going to have to pay attention and catch it because I will get in trouble if it's on YouTube that his ID is flashed. But he puts it on the table and you can absolutely see it clear as day. I'm going to try to catch it and skip over it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to skip a giant portion of this video, and I don't want to do that.
Both of y'all, we talked, and I asked you that please let's end this amicably. Let's go out. We go out, have lunch or something. And I thought at one point you two were at least willing to at least entertain that. How in the world do we get all the way to making felony reports and stuff?
Well,
I guess I shouldn't ask that because. But what I'm saying is this though. Do you understand that? I mean, both of y'all grown men.
I understand what you're saying, sir. And it's just that's not the type of person that I would like to associate with because there's other factors. It's drug use, and I see it. I see him stumbling in the house late at night drunk.
So what? He got drunk one night and he stumbled in the house. So what?
Yeah, but then he leaves all types of messages. Like got security cams. He get drunk and he leave all these disparaging remarks and I got kids
because
in the house.
Y'all are mad at each other.
Yeah.
Because y'all are mad at each other.
Right, but I got a PPO on him now. I just choose not to even deal with him. Period. He go his way, I go my way. I don't even choose to, deal with him. I just can't. For the safety of my family.
Mr. Brooks doesn't even live there. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
Oh,
Mr.
okay,
Brooks is a landlord.
Oh yeah, so that was something that came up early on. And go ahead and tell me about that, Mr. Owens.
So Mr. Brooks doesn't live there. His nephew lives there. Right now, like the whole thing with the
this is where the ID comes because he's trying to prove he lives there by showing his ID, and then I think he has mail, but he puts it on the table. You know what? I think I'm just going to fast forward about 4 minutes of this. I'm terrified of doing that because what if I go right to where it is? But so this is what happens in the what I'm gonna. You know what? Let's just fast forward a couple minutes of it.
Doing things the legal way,
I'm a counselor. I'm a professional. I'm somebody that resolves problems and doesn't antagonize and stops the antagonism.
Actually, that's a great idea, no. I can rewind it back and just put it over. You guys don't need to see it. Let's see if I can do this. If I can do it. Yep, we're just going to stare at my face. Thanks, no for that. Let's see. Will this work? If I click on... Yeah. No, you were awesome. Thank you for that. Now I can rewind it. You guys can hear what's going on and you won't see it. We think we were about here. You were awesome. No.
How in the world do we get all the way to making felony reports and stuff?
Well,
and I guess I shouldn't ask that because, but what I'm saying is this though. Do you understand that? I mean, both of y'all grown men.
I understand what you're saying, sir. And it's just, that's not the type of person that I would like to associate with because there's other factors, it's drug use.
All right, we're a little bit far behind, maybe by about a minute, but I'm not going to keep skipping around because it's going to take me longer than a minute to find the exact spot. So we'll go from here.
And I see it, I see him stumbling in the house late at night drunk.
So what? He got drunk one night and he stumbled in the house. So what?
Yeah, but then he leaves all types of messages. Like got security cams. He get drunk and he leave all these disparaging remarks and I got kids
because
in the house.
Y'all are mad at each other.
Yeah.
Because y'all are mad at each other.
Right, but I got a PPO on him now. I just choose not to even deal with him. Period. He go his way, I go my way. I don't even choose to deal with him. I just can't. For the safety of my family.
Mr. Brooks doesn't even live there. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
Oh,
Mr.
okay,
Brooks
so
is a landlord.
Oh yeah, so that was something that came up early on. And go ahead and tell me about that, Mr. Owens.
So Mr. Brooks doesn't live there. His nephew lives there. Right now, like the whole thing with the felonious assault, he put a handicap sticker in front of his house. I'm actually handicapped, so I have a handicap sticker. When I come home from work, I park my car in front of the house. He calls the police and make the false felonious call about the gun. Put my whole family in danger, put my freedom in danger, did all of this. He doesn't even live there. He has the cameras ejected just to watch me. Like he just showed you the cameras. I bet you he can't go outside like I can right now. And display you out of my house.
I don't want you to do that.
Yeah, see, I actually live here. I've been living here over 10 years. He doesn't live here. He literally does this to antagonize me. This is one of the worst situations I have ever been in my life. Like, I would expect him to be, like you said, a neighbor, an older gentleman who see a younger gentleman who's trying to make his way in. Hey, look, young man, let me put my hand on you. You can do this and you can do that. I came a long way from poverty. I own 4 houses now. All this coming in the house, drunk, stumbling. Never. I don't even drink liquor like that, first and foremost. Marijuana usage a little. But liquor.
Wait a minute. Are you going to say, wait a minute. Hey, let me ask you all, Charles. Do you believe? Hey, let me ask you this. Hold on. He's going into preaching now.
Yeah, because my father died from liquor, so I don't do liquor at all. Liquor is a poison to my family. So
but you just said you don't drink like that.
Like that, like meaning, what I said, like Your Honor, a sip.
Meaning that I drink, but I don't drink stumbling drunk.
Yeah, exactly. I have a sip.
And now you're saying that I don't do liquor at all because my father died from liquor.
No, I'm not saying I don't do it at all. I'm saying I know not to be a drunken. Like how he's saying I'm coming in staggering. That means you got to drink a lot to do that. I'm not doing that.
I think you're losing it. I don't think that really makes a difference. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just giving you.
I've stumbling drunk before. When I used to drink in my days.
Oh shit!
I just told you, if it was marijuana, he would have said, I'd have been like, yeah, he saw me on my porch smoking 5-6 joints. I'd be smoking all that. That's different. But
that's the drug you should talk about, Mr. Brooks?
Yes, sir. I'm a certified advanced alcohol and drug counselor. So I look at behavior. And like I say, his behaviors of him coming into my camera, leaving all these messages and dirty messages. And not only that, he don't know nothing about me, sir. Let
me stop. And I'm going to end it. I'm not going to say too much more, right? But here's what I gathered, right? What I heard Mr. Owens is saying is like, listen, I'm a younger guy. You're an older guy. Why can't you come at me in a mentor type fashion? And then what I heard you saying is that I'm a counselor. I'm a professional. I'm somebody that resolves problems and doesn't antagonize and stops the antagonistic behavior of people. So, Mr. Brooks, you just said yourself that this is your profession and this is what you do. And Mr. Owens is saying, hey, if you come at me and hey, let's I'm not trying to disrupt your livelihood. I'm just living mine.
I understand, sir, but what he's saying in his behavior is two different things. And
so maybe, maybe it is two different things. But isn't this is what you deal with every single solitary day?
Yes, sir.
Aren't you a professional? Aren't you a professional at that?
Yes, sir. That's why I've been doing things the legal way. That's all I do.
But wait a minute. When you got a young man that just made a statement that he made, like, why doesn't he come to me and put his hand on me and say, listen, young man, this is what I know. This is what blah, blah, blah. Essentially what I heard is Mr. Owens is saying, I'm willing to make some type of relationship, an amicable relationship with you.
Yeah, he is, sir. Long as he can get over on you, he will be.
There you go. I'm done. See, I guess.
All right, I think we're good. I think we're good on the ID. Thank you guys all for your patience and watching my lovely face for a lot longer than you wanted to. We can probably go back. Let's hope so. He put the camera back on him. The cool thing about StreamYard is I can still see the video that's playing in a really small little screen. So I saw him flashing it, and it happened 2 or 3 times. I think we're good now. Okay, let's go. Again, thank you guys so much for your patience. And no, thank you for that idea.
I guess I tried, and I'm not going to spend much more time with it. But that's not the talk. I asked Mr. Owens not to have conversation like that and the same thing. I should have said the same thing to you because that's not the way and the talk that we were trying to have right here and telling somebody they're trying to get over and trying to do that. I don't see him as being that type of person when I'm talking to him right now. He seems to be very sincere.
For those of you that are just joining, I forgot to edit out the guy's driver's license when they were questioning where he lived and saying he didn't live at that address. He put his license on the table and he kept flashing it, and I forgot to edit that out, and that would have got me into a lot of trouble with YouTube. So Noah was smart enough to say just put your picture over it, so I did. So for about 5 minutes, my picture was over the video. That way, we could still hear what was going on, and I'm not going to get in trouble. So for everyone that walked in late, that's why that was like that.
Sincere. He said he corrected the activity. You said he corrected the act of the thing. He admitted to the dogs being in your yard, and I can understand how that can be a problem for a neighbor when somebody's dogs come into your yard. But other than that, it seems like he's trying to do everything he can to fix the situation.
And I hope he do, Your Honor. I mean, but I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, like I said, he'll tell you one thing, and he's actually saying I don't live there. Here's my ID. Here's a gang in.
I spoke way too soon. I think that was blurry. Man, we'll see. I think Judge called him out right there. I just skipped ahead 30 seconds. Please, hopefully that was too blurry to pick out anything.
Individuals on my porch because I told him that his dog was on my property and I pushed his puppy back over on his property and he comes over with a gang of guys wanting to fight, so I don't deal with him.
All right.
I just don't.
That's all I can do. I know Mr. Osley wants to get out of here and we're going to get him out of here and everybody else wants to get
Excuse me, Your Honor. I also had video of the day he kicked my puppy. I wasn't home, and it was my neighbors next door who addressed him. I could pull that video up for you right now. Mr. Brooks is a bitch.
I don't want to see any video. With Mr. Owens, I believe you need to make sure your dogs are being properly restrained. It sounds like you got the kennel and you're doing situations. Mr. Brooks, I can't say any more about it because you got a young man that you heard him say it, that he's willing to, it seems like he's willing to better the relationship. It might not, you guys might not be best friends probably at all, but it seems like he's willing to do things and he's taking steps to make sure his dogs don't get on the property. I acknowledge how nerve-wracking that could be, and I can understand, but at some point you got to get over that. If he's fixed it, he's fixed it. And then you being the elder statesman in this situation, you being a professional counselor in this situation, I just would think that you would that you would embrace what Mr. Owens said. And you would probably let a little time pass and let the situation die down and stop letting your dogs get over there, and then come to some kind of some kind of resolution where y'all aren't arguing and bickering back and forth. That's it. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I wish both of you the best of luck and have a very good day. And y'all aren't gonna ruin my birthday, so I'm gonna have a good birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Your Honor. You enjoy your birthday, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Officer Charleston. Yes.
I got one question for you.
Go ahead.
I was kind of like ear hustling. I don't know if you like sports or not, but we're getting together a youth program at Adams Butzel, and I'm going to be helping out with the boxing, and we planning on giving a show. So if you would like some tickets when we give the show in November, I'll be glad to come up there and give you some.
Well, look what I'm gonna do this. I can't take your tickets because, you know, but what I can do, I want to pay my way. But why don't you give Mr. Owens one of those tickets and we all come to the boxing event together?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
What day is the event?
We're in the process of putting it together right now, but it's going to be in December. That's all I know. They getting together.
I went to the boxing thing over there on the west side, over there out by Redford. What's the name of that center? A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that's Crawwell.
Yes, I went there a couple of weeks ago. The Sandman, our friend's son, the Sandman. I think he either fights out of Butzel, and we didn't get to see him fight, but boxing is one of my favorite sports, and I know Mr. Bowman is a very, so maybe me and Mr. Bowman and Mr. Owens, Mr. Brooks, and Osley can come, and Barry can come, and everybody can come. But me, you, and Mr. Owens, we need to sit down and have some popcorn together on me.
All right, sounds good.
So keep in touch with the court. Let me know what date that is. And Mr. Owens, what's your number?
313.
That Mr. Brooks is talking about.
No, I was finna put it in the text message, but then I was.
Go ahead, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Okay.
I'm just messing with you. All right. I seriously think that you two can really, you know, smooth things out. Like I say, you not be the best of friends, but you can smooth things out. All right, and I hope to do that. And I guarantee you, if you give me the time and the date, I will be there, Mr. Brooks.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
I put it in there, Your Honor.
All right. And I have your number too, Mr. Brooks.
Oh, for sure.
Is the same as it was last time?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna put those in my phone. All right.
Okay.
Send both of you text messages. All right.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day, gentlemen, and best of luck to you both. I'll see you soon, Miss Robinson.
What was the 1 month review, Judge?
The 1 month review. The 1 month review. That is going to be 11/1 review at 8:25. This is back on the record. This is Kenneth Owens, $240 fine, 11/1/2024 at 8:25, 1 month delayed. And if there's nothing further, everybody have a very good day.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, you safe out there, Officer Charles. Thank you.
All right, all right. I love how Judge handled that at the end. Like, you know what? Keep your tickets. You can't give them to me. I saw your guys' comments. He wasn't trying to bribe Judge Perkins, not with some fundraising tickets. That was not what he was doing. He just was inviting him because he was talking off the record before his case, saying I think he was actually talking about boxing. Anyways, so that's where that came up, not bribery. But I love how Judge Perkins handled that. Until No had to ruin all the fun. So there's a PPO against them. Oh, yeah, that can't happen. Can't do the boxing event. Even that would be cool. That'd be a great story, right? Like they were enemies. They wouldn't have had popcorn with Judge Perkins and watched some kids box, and then they become friends. Maybe not friends, but maybe not enemies. That would be a great ending to that story. Anyways, happy birthday, Judge Perkins. Let's move on. Are we going to Middleton now? Let's see. I've got a good Middleton case on tonight's video.
All right, so
nope. Oh no, this one's kind of funny. If you guys thought you were confused about what the actual case was for in that last one, this one's funny. You know what? I'm going to keep it at that. Let's go, Judge Norbeck. Let's go.
this is file 24-01799, Warren versus Drew. We are here on a small claims case. What small claims means is we are trying to get this done without any attorneys involved, and for this to be resolved in front of me as opposed to something like asking for a jury trial. So if the parties are ready to proceed here in front of me, the first thing I'm going to do is swear you in. Ms. Warren, I cannot see you, but I would ask if you would raise your right hand the way that Ms. Drew is going to raise her right hand. You swear or affirm that any testimony you would give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. So I don't have much information here. Ms. Warren, I have a list of items and a dollar amount that I'm assuming we're here because you're saying something happened to those items and that's why you're suing the defendant. But I don't have more details than that. You want to walk me through what we're doing here?
Well, I let her come on the property and stay, and I okayed her staying, but stuff come up missing, and so I asked her to leave, and she left, but this is the stuff that was missing.
All right. So, ma'am, do you mean what you're saying is she took things that belonged to you, and she did not have permission to do that?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, what you're describing is a criminal act. That's essentially somebody stole your stuff. So you would need to report that as a crime to the police agencies. We don't, in small claims, you don't sue somebody over a crime like that. It's what's called an intentional tort. I mean, if she stole your stuff, you got to go tell the cops about it. Does that make sense?
I did tell the cops, and this is what they told me to do.
All right. So essentially, the police did not pursue it. But ma'am, here's the problem. Were you guys in a landlord-tenant situation?
Basically, yeah, but no money changed hands because she hadn't paid rent yet.
All right. Does she still live there?
No, she does not.
So you didn't evict her or anything like that?
No, I did not have to. She was nice.
All right. So here's the thing, though. What evidence are you about to tell me of how it is you know that she's the reason all these things went missing?
Because they weren't gone until she left.
Okay, but ma'am, did you live there as well?
I lived a quarter of a mile, and I was there, and I seen witnesses had that seen her the vehicle take the stuff off the property.
All right. And all right. So I'm going to ask. We'll switch.
No, I don't know how old he is. I don't. When I met him in person, I will tell you this. He, when everyone's heard this. The camera adds 10 pounds. I feel like the number of pounds it always changes. He is a lot thinner than I thought he would be when I met him in person. Really nice guy. But you see him on Zoom, and he already looks thin. But when you see him in person, like, oh wow, like You need to eat something, man. All right. Sorry, I had to add that little two-piece.
Years here, I'll ask Miss Drew. Miss Drew, how long was it that you stayed at this property?
Almost 3.5 weeks.
All right. And you never paid any rent or anything like that?
No, because she gave me the option to buy the place, and then they changed their mind and did not tell me, and then started accusing me of taking stuff that I didn't take. And when she brought the cop.
Oh, I was not saying he's not healthy. He's probably healthier than 99% of people. And he's really well put together. And that's all I'm going to say. I wasn't trying to rag on him at all. I just wanted to bring him a sandwich. He just looks too thin to me. At least he did, like, in his face in person. But that might be his lifestyle. Maybe I don't know. That's just me. And I don't love super thin. So you know what? I'm going to stop talking. Let's just go on. Judge Norbeck, we are out of Judge Perkins' court for now.
Cop out to my house. I even told the cop I offered her to come in where I had been staying for the 4 days because the car broke down. And she would not come in there and look and see that I only had my totes. I did not have none of her stuff.
All right. See, here's the problem, Miss Warren, is you would need to show me how it is that you're saying it's Miss Drew that's responsible for these things being missing. 3.5 weeks, I'm not sure you don't live there. You have no idea who was there. So what do you mean you have a witness that will tell what would the witness tell me?
The witness watched them load the stuff.
Who is them?
In a red Suburban and took off.
All right. Ma'am, when you say watch them load the stuff in a red Suburban, who are you talking about?
The witness that I had.
No, that's what the witness would say. But when you said they were loading a red Suburban, who's they?
It was Miss Drew and Mrs. Drew's boyfriend or friend or whoever was in the red Suburban, the red and black Suburban.
There was no red Suburban there, sir.
Yes, but ma'am, essentially now the burden has shifted because hearsay is allowed in a small claim. So you were seen with these items, putting them in a car and leaving the scene of this residence. All right. So what she's saying is, hey, I owned all these things. Then you're there for 3.5 weeks. I go back after 3.5 weeks. All these items are missing, and someone saw you take them.
I wasn't in no red Suburban. I didn't have a friend that had a red Suburban because
how come? Oh, never mind.
Ma'am, Miss Drew, I have someone under oath is telling me they had all these items in their house. Then you stayed in the house for 3.5 weeks, and now those items are all gone, and that their friend witnessed you at least take some of them.
No, because I was broke down with their car that they were supposed to be selling me, and I could not get back to the house, and she let some other people stay there, and I caught them stealing Mary Jane and Greg.
Kat in Virginia, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Research shows gift of a pen from a pharma rep to a doc can influence prescribing behavior. That guy thought tickets would influence the judge. Same thing. Okay. The difference is that case was settled. So the guy took a plea deal within the first 5 minutes of that video, and the last 20 minutes of it was just Judge Perkins trying to figure out what was going on. So the case was settled. So there was nothing that could have been gained from offering him the tickets or not. But Judge was right that he couldn't accept them. But I don't think, my point was, I don't think the guy intended on it to be a bribe. That was my point. If, it could be seen as a bribe, sure. Yeah, I'm not disputing that. I just don't think that guy's intention was for it to be a bribe. That's all I was saying. But Judge was right to refuse it.
And I told her I kicked them off the property. She let them back on the property when I wasn't there for those 4 days, and then the stuff come up
All right.
missing, and then
What
it
are the
turned
names?
table on me.
What's the names of those people? You said them real
Mary
quick. I
Jane
heard.
Kirby and Greg. I don't know Greg's last name though. I'll have to find out.
All right. All right. So back to you, Miss Warren. Are you telling me there was other people that you allowed stay on this property during this same period of time?
Yes.
No, I did not.
You got proof right
She brought them on the property, and I told them they could stay the night, and that was it, because they had no other place to go, but they had to find their own place. They cannot
All right,
stay
but here's
there.
the thing. Here's the thing. Are you telling me they're guests of Miss Drew? Miss Drew, do you know Mary Jane and Greg?
Yes, I know her.
They're moving in.
Did you let them stay with you?
They asked Jackie in person if they could stay there, and I have 2 witnesses that could verify what Jackie had said.
I understand that, ma'am, but here's the problem. All right. Say I let you stay in my house and then you have your friend over and your friend steals all my stuff. Guess who's in trouble for that?
Right, but that's not the case.
So it was on your watch that it happened.
They
You were the one that was the
asked her
tenant.
in person. They asked
What's
her
that?
in person if they could stay there.
Yes, but ma'am, if you're the one that's staying there, and then even if she lets additional people stay there, you're still the custodian of the property. If things go missing during that time period, that's on you.
Right. And yeah, but I told her what I saw, and I told her I kicked off the property, and then, you know, she let them back on the property while I wasn't there.
Do you mean after you left or just the period of time you weren't there?
Just a period of time I wasn't there because the car broke down.
All right. And how do you know she let them come back on the property?
Because I told her I kicked them off the property. They weren't supposed to be on the property, and we were on the phone talking about the situation. And she said herself that, well, she's going to let them stay there. And I said, well, no, I caught them stealing, so I kicked them off the property.
All right. Miss Drew, Miss Warren, do you recall Miss Drew telling you that?
Nope, it did not happen that way.
Okay, you tell me how it happened.
Okay, what it is, I let her come on the property, and I pulled in the yard, and those people were in my yard with her, and I said, you guys cannot be here. I don't know you. You got to leave. Well, can we just stay the night? And I said, fine. You stay the night, and you got to find another place because you cannot stay here. Regardless, you're not staying here.
So they weren't guests of Miss Drew. They actually asked you for permission to stay the night and you granted it.
Yes.
And then these people robbed you.
No, she's the one that robbed because they were told not to come back and they did not come back.
Yeah, they did because they went to Jeremy's house and stole your air conditioner.
All right. I'm starting to see why the police didn't follow up on this as a criminal.
Yeah, I think we can all see why. This makes no sense. There are so many moving parts here. So this Miss Drew lady is living in the house, and she's going to do this rent to own type deal with the woman on the phone. And the woman on the phone who currently owns the house gave permission for other people to stay there. Why Miss Drew's living there? You can't do that. I mean, this whole thing doesn't make sense.
Criminal report. The problem is there's too many variables here. I would not be able to find, given the burden I have, that to hold Miss Drew responsible for these missing items. There certainly were some other people that seem to be probably the problem element that were around at the same time. I can't determine whether or not it's Mrs. Drew who's responsible for these missing items or other people that Miss Warren knew about. In fact, Miss Warren, let me give you some advice. If you're going to let someone stay on your property, you need to have paperwork, a lease to that effect. Otherwise, all this stuff where you just had verbal agreements, when you come to court, you're just going to say one thing, that other person's going to say the other thing. And I have to determine the credibility here. If you had paperwork that says, oh, Miss Drew is going to be rent to own or whatever
And that's
other
what I was
arrangement you
working
had.
up.
Okay.
That's what I
and
was
if you
working up,
had
but I
it,
didn't get it done before she was kicked off.
all right. And here's what I'm saying. You would be held responsible as that because you're the one with the power in that situation. You could have made her sign a 30-page lease if you wanted to. And I tell you what, if there was a paperwork lease, I'd be a lot more inclined to hold her responsible for things that went missing on her watch. But as it stands, you guys had a little bit of a chaotic situation there with people coming and going, and there was no paper trail. It was just a bunch of agreements that all fell through in less than a month, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. So I would not find that I can find damages in this case between the plaintiff and the defendant. Now, what that means is I would dismiss this without prejudice, meaning if there were to be some other either criminal matter or more evidence or something that you wish to refile, that's possible. But right now, as it stands, it's just too much of a gray area there. What happened to all your stuff? It's unfortunate, but you know, there's not
I
something
miss my friend as it is, so I lost my friend is my problem.
Yeah, we were best friends.
So I'm going to go ahead and release parties. As of right now, there's nothing further that anybody has to do. Do we understand all that?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Bye.
He told me, he said we can move in here and buy the place, help lease the place. That's what I said, so
Oh, yeah, that one gave me a little bit of a headache. Brett, thank you so much for the 4 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, all right. I think the next one is Judge Middleton. This is a good one. I forgot I had this. I was going through my clips, my videos, and this one happened right before Heather came, and I forgot I had it. So yeah, let's go. Watch it not be Judge Middleton.
So I beg your patience, attorney Jay Allen isn't here yet anyway, so let's address this matter. People versus John Elmer Fox Jr. File number is 24787SM. Mr. Fox is here with his, go ahead and have a seat, with his lawyer, Luke Knopfsinger. File 24787SM is a larceny less than $200 charge. File 241288ST is a driving suspended charge.
I should. Here's the problem with. I remember the witch. I don't think a lot of people are going to remember her. I believe that was one of the videos I had to delete though. When I reapplied for monetization and I had to delete all my videos, I really believe that happened before I was demonetized. So I don't know if I still have that. That was a good clip though. But you're right, no, I should do a best of.
Mr. Fox was here. He got picked up on a bench warrant. Judge Pattison was gone, and I dealt with Mr. Fox at that time. It was a Friday afternoon, September 6th, late in the day. He'd been picked up on these matters, and I had to do the arraignment because Judge Pattison was unavailable. And Laura, could I have some register of actions? Anyway, so we dealt with the matter. I gave him 2 PR bonds, and he appeared here today. Mr. Fox represented that he was working at Parma Tube. So we called Parma Tube to confirm that he was actually employed there. And I said, well, the worst I can do, I guess, is be wrong. So no one was there late in the Friday, so we left a message. Parma Tube called back on Tuesday and said, John Elmer Fox doesn't work here. He never worked here. And I feel bad about it.
So walked off the day you let me out.
What's that?
You know what? No, we still have that. You know, we have that together. For everyone that's confused, there was literally a lady that looked like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. And she said some wild things too. And we made some jokes. Looking back, they may have been inappropriate, but it was, if you saw her, you would understand. Okay, we're gonna let this video play. It's not a long one, so I'm gonna let this clip play out. It's only like 6 minutes, I think.
I walked off out of the day you let me out.
So well, they said you weren't working there.
I was. I don't know why they say that.
All right, but you're not working there now?
No, Your Honor. I was staffing called 2 days ago.
Stop. Stop. I believe what they said is you never worked there. So we're gonna call and reconfirm that. And, but my inclination is to revoke your PR bonds. I granted the PR bonds based on your false representations of employment. So I don't believe you're working there on September 6th or 5th or 4th or 3rd. So your contention is that you had worked there up till September
I only
6th?
worked there 2 days, not even 2 days. And then when I went to jail, I got out. I went to work. They said there was no reason for me. I was working I was staffing for them.
Luke, I'm sorry to tie up your time and mine. I've got a bunch of other stuff to do. Luke, have you got other cases to deal with?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, put Mr. Fox in the lockup. We'll deal with him when we have a more convenient time. My inclination. Stop.
Judge, what is the basis?
His basis is false representation to me that he was employed when he was not. So I granted a PR bond. And I'm about to revoke the PR bond. I find he's in contempt for lying to me about his employment and my decision to set his bond.
All right, I'll be honest.
Yes.
I was not working, Your Honor. But I have good reasons why this lied to you.
All right, stop. All right. The PR bond is revoked in each case. One was 500. I'm gonna reinstate two $200 cash or surety bonds in each file. One was 500, one was 250. So the PR bond is revoked. The defendant was in contempt for providing false information to the court and continuing to lie to me this morning. So you got two $200 cash or surety bonds. I don't say anything else, or I'll make a $10,000 cash or surety. But I don't want to. You're even lying to me this morning. Just stop. Just go. Myself. All right, and I appreciate that. That's why I reduced these to $200.
I asked you one thing.
Don't make it any worse. Just Carl, would you please take him back? That's just go. Just go.
Judge, I just have to say too, I was a little unprepared for this. I didn't know this was coming. Just a simple notice and hearing. I don't know the bond revocation court rule off the top of my head. I don't know if the court has the ability to hold them in contempt for something. I wasn't present for that. I feel a little flat-footed at this point. If I could have a chance to simply review the court rule and talk to my client.
Certainly. What Mr. Reed did is he filed a motion for rehearing. He got this PR bond based on false representations to the court. Then he continued to lie to me this morning until he finally came clean on it. So he's going into custody. You can file a motion for rehearing or appeal or something, but right now the bonds are amended to $200 each, cash or surety. I apologize. I came in and announced what the deal was to the people in there. Apparently you weren't there yet. So Andy knew and Luke knew, but apparently they didn't say anything to you. You weren't here yet. But Mr. Fox, you go with a court officer. I'll do an order to that effect, Luke, so you can deal with it.
Sure. I apologize. I lied to you before. I don't know why I did.
Yes, thank you. Well, if somebody will bond you out, you can deal
Ain't
with
no
it.
one bottom me out, man. I have nobody out there. I ain't even talking to my dad anymore.
Yeah, his attorney tried. You know what came to my head? I don't know if Sparkle Poots is here, but what came to my head is Sparkle Poots' voice saying, "Bless his heart." The attorney was trying, like, I don't know if you can hold him in contempt. You know, you already gave him a PR bond. How are you going to do this? Yeah, but he got a PR bond by lying, and he was granted a PR bond with false representation. I don't know if contempt is the right word, but I believe that information would be under oath. So potential perjury, maybe? I don't know. Again, that was almost 2 weeks ago. I just happened to find it when I was going through my clips, so I wanted to share it. All right, next one. I never remember what this judge's name is. This is a short one. This is kind of a weird one, but it's somewhat satisfying. Let me just say that. Let's just say if someone put their phone in your face and was recording you, and you reacted the way this lady did, let's just watch. Let's just watch.
Okay, we're all set. Mr. Brown, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, excuse me, I did have a conversation with Ms. Newman. There is a plea offer in this matter to plead pursuant to a 76948 deferral. After speaking with her and also spoken with I believe we had to take advantage of that.
Mr. Brown, you suddenly went quiet. You mentioned there was a deferral, but I could not hear what your client's intentions were.
There was a plea offer to a 76948 deferral, and we are going to take advantage of that today.
All right, Ms. Brooker, is that the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Newman, do you understand the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
You wish to accept it?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'd raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. On the date in question, which was August 3rd of this year, was Ava Cole a resident or former resident of your household?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did an incident take place between you and her in Otsego County?
Yes, Your Honor.
And during that incident, did you hit her or push her or throw something at her in some manner?
I pushed the phone. She was holding up a phone videotaping, and I pushed the phone, and I guess it ended up hitting her.
All right, and you pushed the phone intentionally, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I wanted her to stop videotaping.
Okay. All right, counsel, you both satisfied as to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will not accept the plea, although it is satisfied there is a factual basis, will not accept it because of the deferral. Ms. Brooker, can we go ahead with sentencing today?
I think so, Judge. We made Ms. Cole aware of today's date. I don't see her here, but I think we can go forward.
All right, did you have any comments?
Judge, this was an incident between, I think Ms. Newman is Ms. Cole's grandmother. It's a
No.
family situation. Mother. I'm sorry.
No, I'm her past boyfriend's
Okay. I
past
apologize.
boyfriend's grandmother.
I apologize. So
Yes.
Judge, it was more of a family situation as opposed to an intimate partner situation. She doesn't have a criminal history, so I wouldn't oppose the court putting her on a shorter term of probation than we typically would for a deferral situation, since we're not going to be looking at like a men's group or anything like that with it. And that's all I really have to add.
All right, thank you. Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, I would agree with that. I believe Ms. Newman is about 62 years old. She's had no criminal history whatsoever. This was a family dispute. Things got a little bit heated. Ms. Newman made a bad decision here. The victim in this case has since moved out. I do not think there are going to be any more issues with Ms. Newman. She's been a law-abiding citizen her entire life. I would ask the court to set a very minimal probation period.
All right. Before hearing from you, Ms. Newman, Ms. Brooker, as to the no contact, do you have any information on that?
I don't. Ms.
Okay.
Weber, do you have any information?
I don't have any current information on that.
All right, Ms. Newman, Ms. Cole is, what is it, tell me again your relationship to Ms. Cole?
She was I don't know if they still are because I haven't been in contact with them, but she was my grandson's girlfriend and they have a child together.
All right. Do you have reason to have contact with her while you're on probation?
No, I haven't, because she will not allow us to see my great grandson. So no, I have not had contact with her and don't plan to have contact with her.
Okay, because that's one of the things I do need to address. Is there anything else you want to say to me before I pass sentence?
Well, we tried at the time before this ever happened to get a couple PPO, tried 2 times to get, my daughter did, to get PPOs against her, and they wouldn't approve them. And the police, the whole time that she did live here, were called to our house quite often because of stuff that she's done, you know, called on my grandson and called on this. And this was just, she was videotaping my grandson and my daughter. They were arguing and she was videotaping, and I had just had it. That's against my better judgment. I pushed the phone and it ended up hitting her, I believe. And that, I'm sorry for doing that. You know, I wouldn't have done that had I known this would be the outcome. As you know, they said I'm 63 years old and never been in trouble. So I regret what I did, and hopefully this can be all put behind me.
All right, and you understand what happens with the deferral, right?
No.
Okay, what happens on the deferral is, and it'll be 90 days from now, assuming that you do not have any more negative contact with law enforcement, stay out of trouble, if you will, which, given your 63-year-old history, should not be a problem. But at that case, once that occurs, no issues with law enforcement in 90 days, this case ends up being dismissed. It will not be on your record, and you could honestly tell that to anybody in the future.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I agree. This case is ridiculous. I put it in here because Grandma slapped the phone out of, I don't even know what you call it, grandson's girlfriend's hand when she was trying to record her. And from what she's saying, there's been issues with this lady multiple times, and she had enough. Slapped the phone out when she was recording her. I mean, how many times? I mean, okay, maybe not you guys, but we all watch videos. We've all seen them where someone puts a phone in someone's face and that person wants to slap the phone out of their hand so bad, but you can't do it. You can't. But we all understand. We all understand why it happened.
Honor.
That's the plus of this. Your fines and costs. I'm going to place you on probation for 90 days. It'll be non-reporting probation other than your initial interview. And the terms of it include the payment of fines and costs of $365. I'm going to waive the probation oversight fee since it's non-reporting. And the only other provision is no contact with Ava Cole. Even if she changes her mind and says you can have contact with her or with her baby, you can't until the probation is up.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
And here's the number to call to speak to probation. And this should be the only contact you have to have with probation, but it is 989 731
0215. And as far as paying my fees, can I make payments on that?
Sure, and you can discuss that with probation. Just make sure
Oh,
it's
okay.
paid within the 90 days.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
All right. We're moving on to the last case of the night. And I know I told you we're starting and ending with Judge Perkins because it is his birthday. So last clip is Judge Perkins. This one is a little different than the first one. This one's a little bit funny. The case has everyone laughing. So we're going to end it on a good note. Grandma slapping phones out of people's hands. Weird landlord-tenant kind of case. Yeah. Let's move on to something that'll make us laugh. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight.
Worked out, Harris?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's gonna be the resolution?
Your Honor, Mr. Harris is aware of his trial rights to know that today.
Happy birthday. Well, happy late birthday, but happy birthday. Yeah, I still think his Judge Perkins' birthday was yesterday. I do, but people in his court chat were saying it was today. But I don't know. I feel like it was yesterday. But so you may share the same birthday with Judge Perkins. The jury's still out on that one.
Today is his trial day and the officer is present. However, there's a new recommendation for a 3-month delayed sentence on this matter, and he would like to accept that offer.
That was always the recommendation.
I thought you said originally it was as charged.
Yeah, as charged, loudspeaker. You saying 3-month delay though, right?
Correct.
Any objection, Mr. Bowman, on this one time for him dismissing upon payment?
No objection, Your Honor.
It's a loudspeaker ticket, so you won't get the deal again if you keep blaring those sounds, Mr. Harris. All right.
Okay.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty for this offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes.
Miss Bradfield went over your other advice and rights to breakout room, did she not?
Yes.
You understood those rights?
Yes.
Any questions about those rights?
No.
You know by taking this deal, you're gonna give those rights up?
Yes.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
Let me draw your attention back to way back to September 29, 2023 at around 7:15 p.m. in the city of Detroit in the area of Woodward and Mack. Did you have an occasion on that day to come in contact with the Detroit Police Department?
Yes.
Operating a motor vehicle?
Yes.
It was one of those little toys.
Slingshot.
That's one of those toys, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you had it all decked out, lights and sounds, didn't you?
I ain't have all that, but it's nice.
You don't have any lights on there? Any you know what kind of lights I'm talking about. You
Yeah,
don't
I
have
ain't
any
got
of
all
there?
that. I don't like that clown
All
like
right.
stuff.
All right. You like the sounds though, don't you?
It ain't. And when you got a convertible, it's like you gonna hear the music regardless.
That's why you need to put some headphones on.
Then
But
I
you want
can't hear the
everybody
police
else.
if they coming.
He wants everybody else to hear that music and show off, see him coming.
That ain't it.
Can people hear that music if they're standing 10 feet away from your vehicle?
Well, Judge, if you take 2 steps away from any vehicle, that's 10 feet and you can hear it no matter what.
No, you can't. Not if you don't have it loud.
How tall is this man that 2 steps is 10 feet? I mean, that's like 2 jumps, maybe. 2 standing jumps, you may get 10 feet. Anyways, yeah, it might have been the music he was playing. If he's saying it wasn't that loud, but who knows? I'm deaf. If I was playing music and I could hear it, you may say it was too loud. I keep my TV on mute and I put headphones in just for that reason.
Okay, Judge, it wasn't that loud. Not to me anyway.
Right? I mean, well, you're saying that loud. I got you. It wasn't banging where you can hear on the other block and it's vibrating the street and the concrete, but
Correct.
it can also be turned down, you know, just so you can hear it and nobody else can really, can it? On that vehicle, it might not be because that vehicle is wide open and the speakers are out there.
And when you
But you
driving,
know what I'm talking about, Mr. Harris, don't you?
I'm gonna just say okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's no problem.
And he already admitted to hearing it 10 feet away. That's the statute. I didn't write the statute. That's why you go to your legislator and you argue with them and tell them, hey, this statute is not right because if I don't have to have it that loud for somebody to hear it 10 feet away. But that's the statute. That's the statute. Find them guilty as charged. $240 will be the fine, and I'll dismiss upon payment. When can you pay it, Mr. Harris?
A month would be great.
Everybody's saying a month. Why do you say a month? He's got all these toys. What do you need a month for?
Got a lot of bills too.
I'm gonna give him a month. October the 21st, 2024. Pay it by then. 8/25. Come on back, and I'll dismiss the case.
October 21st.
Yeah, October 21st. Pay it in any div that kiosk in the city of Detroit. I'm told you can upload that div, that app to your phone, or come on down to the courthouse and pay it in person.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Harris, this is Prosecutor Bowman. I'm curious, what song were you playing?
It was a year ago. I don't know. It wasn't nothing bad though.
What do you usually play?
I usually play more laid back music, kind of R&B, old school type stuff.
All right. R&B and laid back are two different things, but that's all right.
Is it a two-seater?
No, it's a four-seater.
Oh, so you can pick up a whole lot of people in that bad boy, huh?
It's
He's
a
got the
four-seater, but
Cadillac.
it's really only two people getting in it.
All right, Mr. Lake, be safe out there on that. I know you got a little bit more time to ride. Be safe and pay that, and we'll close the matter out. Best of luck to you, and have a very good day, sir.
All right, you too. Y'all have a good one.
All right. That's it, guys. That's it. Katie's it. You came in right at the end. Good to see you, Katie. Yep. I wanted to end it on a little bit of laughter. I mean, it's court, so there's the laughter you get from court is pretty much what I just showed you. That was a good one. Happy birthday, Judge Perkins. I hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the super chats and the membership milestones. That's all I got. I'm going to call it a night. Went a little longer than I have been. We're at an hour and 18 minutes. All right. I'm going to call it a night. Now I'm rambling. That's how you know I'm getting tired. What do I have? I've got a case tomorrow that's on my calendar. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is real quick. Oh, it's Judge Washington has a civil docket tomorrow. We got a good case. I don't know if you guys remember, but the guy who claimed that the bank forged his signature on all the dockets, his contempt hearing is tomorrow. Tomorrow is when he needs to bring his documents to show, or the evidence to show that he's telling the truth. Because I don't know if it was a bank or credit card company. I don't remember, but he was claiming all of his signatures were forged, and the attorney was very angry about it. And so his contempt hearings tomorrow to see if he's going to be held in contempt for perjury, or maybe it's not contempt. Maybe it's just perjury. I don't know. I don't even remember what it is, but his hearing's tomorrow. So we'll look forward to that. Judge Washington generally does her civil dockets in the afternoon. So if that happens tomorrow, and if it's live, I will put it in my live for tomorrow night. Other than that, I don't have anything on the schedule tomorrow. It's looking pretty thin until the end of October for what I have coming up. So hopefully we'll get lucky on some clips tomorrow. All right. I'm rambling. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, bye.
Thank you. Bye.